What's up, guys? This is the video that I have been putting off for a long time, and I'm not really sure why. Those of you that have followed me for a while, a lot of people already know about this store. They know that it was mine. It's a very famous store for drop shipping, and you know what? I don't really care anymore. I'm ready to just tell everybody about it, and hopefully you guys can learn something today. And it's really exciting stuff. So this was my first drop shipping store. I called it Affinity Find, and it did over $10 million before I shut it down. This store right here, brought in $10 million over the course of 1 year. The majority of that revenue happened in about 7 or 8 months. And we'll look at that data together here in a second. And I'm also going to share some of the products that I sold, including the top 3 winning products from the store, with a breakdown of why they were winning products so that you can then apply that to your product research in the future. And I'm sure some of you guys will just try to sell them, but I promise you I've already burnt them out. I sold like 40,000 units of them. So there's really not a whole lot of space left in the marketplace to sell these products. Now, one of the reasons why I shut this store down was because it landed me in the Wall Street Journal, and I got very, very paranoid. The reporter, the journalist, whatever you want to call her, was writing a hit piece on drop shipping, and I happened to be spending $20,000 to $30,000 a day on ads at this time, and so my ads were everywhere. Everybody was seeing them, and there was no hiding that. And so this woman, she called me relentlessly, like 2 or 3 times a day for several weeks, trying to get me to comment on this article that she was writing. And she wouldn't tell me what it was about. She was like, I want to talk to you about your store Affinity Find. I know you're the owner. And I didn't know how she figured this out, but you know, reporters, journalists, whatever, they have their ways of tracing things back to people, right? That's part of their job. And so I respect that she was able to figure that out. And, but I told her, I will only comment on the article. I'll answer all the questions she wants, but I'll only comment if she agrees to leave my name and my business name out of the article. And she wouldn't agree to do that. And the reason was because at this time I was just now starting to be a little bit more public with what I was doing. I was sharing my results in Facebook groups. I was considering getting into the coaching space, and I didn't want people to know that this was my store at the time. And so I was trying to negotiate with her, don't put my name in the article, and I will gladly answer all of your questions and comment, tell you anything you want to know about the industry. I got nothing to hide. She wouldn't agree to those terms, and so she went ahead and published the article anyways. And as my suspicions ended up being true, it was a hit piece on drop shipping. So this was the name of the article. You guys can look this up yourself. You'll see my names in here as well. The mystery of the $70 hoodie that's all over Facebook. Online sellers are using Facebook ads to flip products purchased from marketplace sites. Retail arbitrage. So this hoodie, I might as well tell you guys what it was. I called it the Mukava hoodie. I'm really good at coming up with product names and descriptions and making things just sound absolutely amazing. And that comes from my background as a chef. I was an executive chef before I got into e-commerce. And so I was used to writing menus, coming up with creative names for simple dishes, right? But you have to make it sound absolutely amazing if you want somebody to order it off the menu. And it's copywriting. It applies to pretty much every industry, any type of retail industry, including food. But it works very well with drop shipping. And so this hoodie was called the Mukava hoodie. Let's scroll through here really quick. Liz Carlson forked over $70 for a heavyweight cotton hoodie, an enticing ad. I actually love this. I love hoodies, so when I saw the ad, it spoke right to my heart. That means I did my job with the copywriting, right? This ad was from an e-commerce site called Affinity Find, which had 700,000 Facebook followers. By the time I ended up shutting this store down, I had 1 million. And I ended up deleting that page because this was around the time that Facebook instituted page scores. It was right around that time. And so the page scores started coming in, and I shut the store down, and I didn't want people to trade. I was still like really paranoid about everything that I was doing because this industry is so competitive. Everybody's stealing from each other all the time. And I was just trying to cover my tracks as much as I could, just for the sake of, competition, for no other reason. Anyways, Affinity Find is run by Jonathan Smith. That's me, owner of Clear Creek Marketing and Sales. That was the name of my business. Before I moved to Puerto Rico, I had to open up a new business when I moved to Puerto Rico a little bit later. I lived in Paulsville, Washington. Anyways, declined to comment, all that stuff. So this is hilarious. She said the hoodie was reeking of a chemical smell like gasoline. And, she basically found one person that was upset with the quality of the product. And actually, I had like amazing customer reviews. I don't use customer reviews on my site anymore, but back then I did. And I had like tons of amazing reviews. You can go to any business in any industry and find somebody that's unhappy with the service, especially when this store, and I'll show you in a second, processed over 150,000 orders. You're going to have people that are upset. You're going to have people that had bad experiences. I mean, this hoodie had great reviews. A lot of people loved it. Maybe the package got dropped into something, or maybe UPS messed it up or something. It doesn't matter. Whatever the reason was, I would have been happy to give her a refund because that's our policy. So you don't like it, you get a refund. That's how we do it. So anyways, moving on. Here's my ad here. Affinity Find. This is the Mukava hoodie. Custom developed heavyweight cotton fabric, premium metal hardware, tailored fit, softest interior we've ever created. The greatest hoodie ever made. So I love copywriting, guys. It's something that I teach in my training for my clients as well. Anyways, so she goes on to talk about how bad drop shipping is, how dishonest it is. And I was actually really offended by some of the things that she wrote in this article because I had worked extremely hard to legitimize the business. There are people in this industry that are sketchy and do things that they shouldn't do. I've talked about it in some of my previous videos. But I've actually traveled to China. I set up my own warehouse. I set up my own fulfillment team, instituted my own quality checks that meet my personal standards. I don't sell anything that I'm not proud of. And at the same time, if somebody doesn't like it, they get a refund, right? So there's nothing sketchy going on, but the way she tried to paint me and the industry was very upsetting, especially with how hard I've worked to legitimize everything that we're doing and to really actually revolutionize the industry. A lot of the things, for those of you who have followed me for a while, that I've been working very hard to revolutionize this industry. And those of you that are new, you'll learn that the more that you pay attention to what I teach and to what I talk about. You want to do this with peace of mind. So anyways, but I'm actually very thankful to this woman for writing the article because it is a great really, really funny experience. And it's proof, right? Like Wall Street Journal is not going to write an article about you unless you're making some noise. People don't talk bad about you. They don't talk about you at all if you're not making noise. So it took me a couple weeks to kind of flip that mental switch and to start thinking about this in a positive light. And I was actually very proud. I'm actually very proud of this at this point. So anyway, here's Affinity Find. This is my store. It didn't look this nice before when I first started it. It was kind of like an evolution over the first few months as I was optimizing and changing things and learning how this industry works and trying to understand buyer mentality. Now, I gave it it's some of these things that you're going to find in here. You'll see them on other drop shipping stores now because my store was so popular that people would literally just copy my entire store. And you're going to see a lot of that as we go through the site and look at some of these products. Anyways, so having a nice about section, making your business sound, passionate and, family run and US based, right? Like I live near Seattle. So, there's nothing wrong with that, right? Because that's true. It's a family-owned business. All I'm doing is importing products from China and shipping them to people. It is a U.S.-owned business. We're shipping Chinese products just like Apple does. Now, this is a general store. I sold just about everything I could think of. Yeah, here we go. This is a good opportunity to look at the Mukava hoodie. I sold just about everything I could think of, and I learned this business pretty much on my own. I didn't have a mentor. I never watched anybody's course, never paid anybody to teach me anything. Everything was just me doing research and testing things over and over again, trial and error. I am a huge proponent of trial and error. I love telling people just test it. Like, you don't know what's going to work unless you test it. And so my strategies ended up being quite different from the rest of the industry. A lot of clients that come to me, they're like, wow, you teach things almost completely opposite of what the other guys are teaching. And I'm like, well, all I know is what's worked for me. And I've spent tens of millions of dollars doing this. I've made tens of millions of dollars. I'm not going to just like make up strategies just to get your attention. I'm just literally saying this is what I did and this is what works for me. So anyways, you guys probably have seen this guarantee on everybody's dropshipping stores. Those of you that do a lot of spying, you've definitely seen this around. I do believe I was the first person to write this, and it's pretty funny. I see it on client stores. I'll get one-on-one clients, mentorships and stuff like that, and I'll go into their store and see like things that I wrote in their store. It's pretty funny. I don't really care anymore. It used to bother me, but not so much. My site is very simple, guys. I run it on the Turbo theme. It's a very clean site. Yeah, checkout's disabled because I got the store shut down. So we don't need to buy it anyways, right? Now, so we're gonna go ahead and take a look inside the dashboard here. So here you go, $10 million, 150,000 orders. My average order value is something that is quite different from the rest of the industry. I typically sell products that are much more expensive than most people. I stay away from low ticket stuff. My emails were pretty weak at first, but I started bringing in a lot of sales with emails. And also at the time we were using Facebook Messenger marketing, which you can't really do so much anymore unless they opt in, but we used to be able to opt people in automatically. And I did over $1 million in the store is from Facebook Messenger marketing. It's actually pretty insane. So yeah, let's just refresh this really quick so you guys can see I'm not messing with you. But yeah, this was a great experience, guys. So I actually had the reason why the sales start. I actually started this store. So the sales are actually closer to 11 million. I started Affinity Fund in a different Shopify account. And right around July, I got hit with a processor hold and a PayPal hold in the same day. And they took over $250,000 cash from me. I started this business with $500, guys. $500 is what I started this business with, and ended up doing almost, I think, around 11 million in the first 14 months. So for a processor and PayPal to take $250,000 cash from me in a hold and not let me have it for like 6 months was devastating. I had to take loans out to fulfill orders. I had to borrow money from family members. I did everything I could. But one of the biggest things that I did that saved my business was I just opened up another Shopify account, transferred the URL, and started running ads to the new store. And it took them about 2 months. It was about a month before they hit me with another reserve. And so I was able to make enough profit off the new account to fulfill the old orders and kind of make things work. So really sales were coming in from January. And then I switched over to this new store in July here. And as you can see, as we go along here, consistently crushing $1 million months. And then, so when was that article published? May 20th. Yeah, so you can see May is when I got the call about the article, and I decided to launch a backup store immediately. I'm not going to be sharing that one with you guys today, but we actually scaled that store up to $1 million in about 40 days and transferred all our winning products over. That store ended up doing about the same revenue at 30% profit. It was absolutely insane. That's what I wanted to share with you guys today. It was a really incredible experience. I hope you guys check out the rest of my videos. I talk about my, I have a video called How I Turned $500 into 20 million, because I started a fulfillment company called Titan 3PL, which valuation's at about 10 million right now. In addition to all the revenue I've done since then, I turned $500 into 20 million, which is pretty insane. And I have another video on my channel called that, so go check it out. Follow me on Instagram. I'm more active on Instagram than I am on YouTube, but I'm trying to get some more content over into this channel for you guys, because I know there's a huge dropshipping following in YouTube, and I want to provide as much value for you guys. I do have another a 30 video series on here where I answer the most popular questions about dropshipping. So check those out. I have students doing 5-6 figures with just my YouTube content, which is amazing. I love seeing that. So yeah, I guess that's it. No, that's not it. You guys came to see the winning products, right? The top 3 products. So what you need to do is check out the description. There's a little link right there, and it'll take you to my website where you can download the PDF. I got a PDF, top 3 products from the store, $1 million products, guys. I talk about what made that product a winner, key characteristics to look for when you're doing your product research as well. And I'm confident that you're going to be able to take that information and use it. And you know what? Look, you know what we'll do? We'll do one more thing. I'm going to have my video editor kind of blur some of this out. I'm going to jump into my ad account and show you the ad spend. So we've got, you guys can do the math here. We got $500,000 spent on this product. I break up my products into campaigns, so each campaign is one product. We've got a $2 million conversion value, $2 million conversion value. I mean, I've got some big products here, guys. 3 million spent, 10 million earned. I mean, and ad accounts, they max out at 6,000 ad sets. So I have to continually delete data from this ad account in order to keep using it. That's why it doesn't ever really go up. But yeah, so pretty crazy stuff. Life's been amazing. I hope you guys that are on the fence about dropshipping get into it. It totally changed my life. I used to make $50,000 a year. Now I have plenty of days where I make that. So the power of dropshipping is insane, especially for the amount of money required up front. Right? Like, I'm not asking for your money. This is your business. There's no pyramid scheme here. There's nothing. It's literally you just go out, you find a product, you run ads to that product in your store, you take the customer's money, you ship them the product. It's simple stuff. Nobody else's hands are involved. You're running your own business for very little money up front, and the potential is absolutely insane. I have seen hundreds of people change their lives with my course. Like, their lives are like totally transformed. 16-year-old kids, 18-year-old kids, like people in third world countries making hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's absolutely amazing. Like it still like takes a little bit for it to settle in and to think about how really transformative that is for some people and how transformative it is for me. I used to work 70 to 80 hours a week as a chef, and now I work however much I want to. So make sure you guys follow me on Instagram, like the video, subscribe, click the link in the description to get the PDF for my winning products from this store. I'm going to break it down to you. I'll show you, I'll even give you the targeting that I used, because I can just pull it up right here from the ad account. So hopefully you guys appreciate the content, and I will see you guys in the next video. I'll have something for you maybe in a week. So see you around.
Okay, I've been working like 3 jobs. Probably why I never see ya. Probably why I never have time for the fake friends I won't be ya. Oh God, I've been running now. Up early when the sun is